Welcome back, class. So now we're going to hit the very last point here in terms of a quality of a leader at Impact Church. And so the last one, number 4, is we choose joy. We choose joy above all else, no matter what's going on, regardless of our attitude, regardless of what we went through, regardless of what's in front of us. We make a decision as leaders. We got to choose joy. We have to not just put on a happy face. We have to have a happy heart. We got to decide that what God says about the situation is bigger and it's truer than what I'm facing right now. We walk by faith, not by sight. And so we choose joy. And there are 3 things that I want to give you really quick in terms of how to be a person that just chooses joy in every situation. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 10 says, sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. How can you be that way? Poor, yet making many rich. Really? Having nothing and yet possessing everything. This is a character trait. This is a choice. This is an attitude that Christian leaders should take. We choose joy. Regardless of what it is that I'm going through, I'm not going to let my circumstances govern my attitude. I'm not going to let this situation decide how I feel, my outlook in life. And so 3 things I want you to remember and write these down. Number 1, be positive. Be the person that's always looking at the glass as half full instead of half empty. Be optimistic. Optimism is the Christian disposition. It is really how we're always supposed to look at things. Can I prove it to you? Romans chapter 8, verse 28 says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God and to them that are called according to his purpose. If everything has to work together for my good, that means the glass really is half full because it's going in that direction. It's getting more and more full. You might have to look at your bank account with some optimism. It might look like it's going in the wrong direction, but you know that at any moment a suddenly can happen and things can turn around, and we have to make a choice to be positive. You have to do that at home. You certainly need to do it as a leader at church as well. Can I tell you something? You're joining this church. We are not the best church around. We are not a perfect church. You may think that we're better than wherever you came from before, or maybe this is your first church experience. I might as well tell you right out the gate, we are human. And you're going to walk around, and the longer you're around here, you're going to see things that are imperfect. You're going to see things that might get on your nerves a little bit. You're going to interact with and encounter people that are on their way, but they haven't arrived yet, just like you. And you have to make a decision to not be cynical, to not be the person that is pessimistic about the situation. Be positive. The second one is choose joy by being loyal. Can I have somebody please help me and say the word loyal, please? Loyalty is sometimes it seems like it's a lost art. That loyalty in friendships and loyalty in relationships and loyalty at a job or in your family, that's a lost art, but it should not be a lost art in the body of Christ. That we need to choose to be loyal. I'm going to say something that might surprise you. There are some people that are taking this class and God called you to this church, but he didn't call you to this church for the rest of your life, which means someday you're going to leave this church and go to another church, and we're all supposed to stay in love with each other and still have great relationship with each other. When I say be loyal, it doesn't mean that you got to die here. If you come here, you got to know, but it does mean that whatever was real about our relationship, it should be real when I'm around and when I'm not around. It should be real if you come to Impact Church on Sunday morning or you go to another church now on Sunday morning. I shouldn't be bad-mouthing you because you left. You shouldn't be bad-mouthing me because I left. Because let me tell you something. The reality is, whatever I am, I'm already that while you're joining the church. I'll still be that, and maybe I'll be better, but there's no excuse for us to be disloyal in our relationships because we had a falling out, because something bad happened. Life happened. Let's make a decision to choose joy by being loyal. That means you got to see the best in others. I've got to work hard to see the best in you. You got to work hard to see the best in your brothers and your sisters and in your pastor. If all of us make a decision to be loyal and choose love and look for the best in each other, man, we can have a better attitude. The last one is choose joy by being, so be positive, be loyal. There's one more. Y'all help me. Pray for me. Jesus. I don't know what I did with my notes, y'all. Y'all probably know what it is now. Be positive. Oh, you know what? Be enjoyable. I skipped one. That was actually the first one. Be enjoyable. How could I forget this one? This is one of the most important ones. You want to be somebody that other people like to be around. If you choose joy, you can't tell me you choose joy if you're somebody that always has a frown instead of a smile. You always have complaints instead of praise. You want to be somebody that is enjoyable. Be the life of the party. Be somebody that's fun. Crack a joke every once in a while. Don't be a sourpuss. Don't be a stick in the mud, somebody that can't take a joke. Be enjoyable. Choosing joy means that you have such a life about you that you bring life to other people. And that is one of the exciting things about our team and our church here at Impact Church. Because we make a decision to be enjoyable, to be loyal, to be positive, this is a life-giving church, really. And I can say that as the pastor, I walk in sometimes and I get a better attitude just being around y'all. It feels so good. You want to bring more of that to the table by choosing joy. And that is the end of this class, at least my part of it. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to your facilitator, and they'll close the class for you. Been an honor. See y'all next week.